Hey everyone, and welcome back. We're diving into one of the biggest tech stories of the year, the Nintendo Switch 2. The long-rumored successor to Nintendo's hybrid console has finally taken shape, and the details are turning heads. So with that, let's get started. The Switch 2 is bringing some major firepower to the table. Rumored launch titles including The Legend of Zelda: Echoes of the Past and the long-awaited Metroid Prime 4. Nintendo is also said to be preparing enhanced versions of Tears of the Kingdom and Super Mario Odyssey updated to showcase the console's upgraded performance. Under the hood, the Switch 2 is powered by a custom NVIDIA T239 chip with DLSS 3.5 support, delivering upscaled 4K visuals when docked. It's got 12 gigabytes of LPDDR5 RAM and 512 gigabytes of internal storage. The handheld screen is a 7.9-inch OLED display with full 1080p resolution and anti-glare coating. Other features include magnetized, pressure-sensitive Joy-Cons, improved haptic feedback, and full backward compatibility with both physical and digital Switch libraries. Nintendo's also rolling out a brand new OS interface called NX Horizon, designed to support multitasking and better online integration. Now let's talk pricing, and this is where things get interesting. The base model is currently priced at $449.99, with a premium bundle rumored to be $549.99, but Nintendo has quietly placed an asterisk next to those numbers. Why? Because pricing could be very depending on the political and economic climate. Tariffs, shipping issues, and currency shifts in different regions may impact the final cost depending on where you live. Despite these pricing delays and regional variables, Nintendo has stated they're still targeting a June 5th release date, with pre-orders expected to begin shortly after a dedicated Nintendo Direct presentation. Retailers like Amazon, Best Buy, and GameStop are reportedly working with Nintendo to implement anti-scalping measures and verified pre-order systems to prevent bots from grabbing units early. And this is where things get a bit controversial. Alongside their anti-scalping initiative, Nintendo may be rolling out a playtime-based pre-order system. If you register for a pre-order invitation, your access may be prioritized based on your playtime on the original Nintendo Switch. It's a move that rewards longtime users, but some are calling it unfair to new players or those who shared a console. If it works, it could set a new standard. If not, we could see another PlayStation 5 style launch fiasco. Now let's take a step back and break it down with some pros and cons. On the plus side, the Switch 2 is packing DLSS powered 4K visuals, which will make a massive difference for players who dock their consoles. The larger OLED screens brings handheld gaming to a whole new level, and with the triple RAM and major storage boost, performance bottlenecks should be a thing of the past. Backward compatibility means your existing Switch library will still work, and the redesigned Joy-Cons are built to eliminate drift while adding more precise input. Combine that with the brand new operating system NX Horizon, and this feels like the most modern Nintendo console to date. On top of that, the rumored online upgrades, including GameCube emulation and revamped cloud features, could finally put Nintendo in line with today's gaming expectations. But there are potential drawbacks. The starting price is notably higher than previous Nintendo hardware, and the pre-order system, while anti-scalping by design, may alienate new or casual fans who don't have a long Switch playtime record. Third-party support, while growing, still has some uncertainty. Some developers may hesitate to target yet another hardware variation. There are also questions about whether current accessories will be compatible with the new design. And finally, supply chain issues are still a concern. Despite Nintendo's assurance, the risk of shortages at launch is very real. Now let's go deeper. We already know the specs are impressive, but Nintendo might be changing the physical design in ways that matter. Leaks point to a slightly thicker frame, better materials, and improved venting. That suggests Nintendo's focusing on heat management, critical for keeping the custom NVIDIA chip cool and quiet, especially in handheld mode. Joy-Con drift has haunted the original Switch for years, but Switch 2 may finally bury it. Reports say Nintendo's using magnetic Hall effect sensors, which means no physical contact and no drift. Add in pressure-sensitive buttons and ergonomic changes, and this could be the most refined controller Nintendo's ever shipped. NX Horizon, the new interface, is shaping to be more than just a visual refresh. For the first time, the Switch might support actual multitasking. Picture pausing one game, hopping into another, or browsing the eShop without losing progress. There's also talk of native voice chat, a redesigned friend system that ditches the infamous friend codes, and even cloud saves that sync between systems automatically. And yes, the eShop is being rebuilt from the ground up. Faster downloads, better organization, fewer crashes, about time. We're hearing that Nintendo's trying to strike a balance between power and efficiency. The 1080 OLED screen will draw more juice, but the DLSS upscaling and dynamic resolution may help stretch battery life past the current model. Unfortunately, Nintendo has also confirmed a 2-hour battery life on most of the more intense games, but they're also working on improved sleep mode behavior to minimize drain between sessions. Now for the broader picture, competition. The Switch 2 isn't launching in a vacuum. It's stepping into a market where the Steam Deck, Asus ROG Ally, and the Lenovo Legion Go are already gaining traction. Nintendo isn't trying to match them in raw power, but in polish, portability, and exclusive games, they've still got the upper hand. That said, expectations are higher than they were in 2017. Gamers want premium performance and premium design. Nintendo's online ecosystem also seems poised for a serious upgrade. Nintendo Switch Online is due for an overhaul, and this time it's big. Rumors and data mined leaks suggest a new premium tier is on the way, and it could finally bring native GameCube emulation to the platform. Titles like Super Smash Bros., Melee, The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker, Metroid Prime, and Luigi's Mansion are all being whispered behind closed doors. And it doesn't stop there. Wii and even DS support may be in the pipeline too, either via direct download or cloud-based streaming. This isn't just nostalgia, it's a move that would dramatically increase the value of Switch Online, especially for longtime fans. Combine that with a fully reworked cloud save system, cross saves, and rumored app integration for voice chat and notifications, and Nintendo could finally be taking online seriously. So what's the verdict? The Nintendo Switch 2 is bold, it's powerful, it's modern, but it's launching into a much tougher landscape than its predecessor did. There's a lot to love, but also a lot to prove. We'll keep tracking the story as it develops. Until then, keep your eyes open on those pre-order dates and your wallets on standby. And that wraps up everything we know and everything you need to know about the Nintendo Switch 2. If you're hyped, curious, or cautiously optimistic, you're definitely not alone. Nintendo's next big move could reshape handheld gaming once again, and we'll be right here to cover every twist, turn, and trailer that drops. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you don't miss future updates. We're tracking the leaks, the launch, and everything in between. Got questions, thoughts, or wild predictions? Drop them in the comments. We want to hear what you think. Until next time, stay sharp, stay gaming, and stay tuned.